Outdoors here. So we had a unexpected maintenance issue come up. 2015 Ram 2500 4-wheel drive. Doesn't matter, diesel, Hemi, same axle. But anyways, wheel bearing took crap. Was hearing some howling noise and some sounded kind of like a tire rubbing going down the road, and sometimes it was there, sometimes it wasn't. Then last night jumped in it to take off, and while I was backing up, it sounded, let's just say you could hear metal on metal. Put a jack under it, tire kicked as soon as it came off the ground. Sure enough, got play. My recommendation, if you ever do these, is if you financially can, do both sides at the same time. If you cannot, and say your right side is still good, doesn't show any play, your left side has play, you can get away with doing just one. But save up, buy the other one, whether it's week, 2 weeks down the road, buy the other one to do the other one when you financially can. It's always recommended to do both sides at the same time, especially when it's anything that comes to do with your braking, your steering, and running down the road. Anyways, stay tuned. We're gonna show you how to tear this thing down and get it replaced. Alright, well, once you get everything off and whatnot, as you saw, sometimes the rotor will just slide right off, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, your studs and everything are mounted to your hub assembly. You have something solid to drop it on, studs facing down. Usually 9 times out of 10, your rotor will just pop right off. Beats trying to beat it off with a hard-faced hammer or even a soft-faced hammer while it's on the vehicle. But anyways, as you can see, this one, it's exactly what I did. I came back here to my work bumper and literally whole thing, did that, rotor slid right off. So, if you can't get the rotor off, you can take it off all as an assembly and go from there. Now, new one, look like so. But anyways, I'm using ones from Napa. That's the part number. Out of all the research I've done, I mean, granted, you never know. You could get new ones from O'Reilly's that could last you 5 years. Could get new ones from O'Reilly's and they last you 5 months. Read a lot of reviews on the O'Reilly ones. That's what they were having issues with. Some of them were getting less than 60,000 miles out of them. This specific one had a lot of reviews that stated they lasted almost 200,000 miles before they had to replace them again. So the reason I chose it was they show that they have the best quality and get the best, but for all I know, they could be defective. Always make sure your ABS sensor is up here on top. There's a little cutout for it right here in this little groove, but make sure it's always on top. And mounting bolts, the 4 mounting bolts for the hub get torqued to 149, 150 foot-pounds. And then the big axle nut here gets torqued. It's a dual torquing setup. It's like 139 initially. Rotate 5 to 10 times, and then final torque's 263 foot-pounds.
How do you know when it's torqued to where you need it?
It clicks.
But do you have a thing like on the tool to set it to a certain?
Yeah.
And how would you do that on a tool?
Well, it depends on your torque wrench.
Okay.
So this style, pop this out, rotate it till the gauge and the line up.
Okay.
And hit what you want. The other style has a twist handle on it, and it's got a bunch of little lines on it and numbers, and you line it up until it hits what you're after.
Okay.
But they're different. So, and then you got the needle style, which is the old school, which you just pull until the needle hits the spec you're going for.
Okay. And what happens if it's not torqued to the right spec?
Well, if you don't torque it to the right spec, you could either over tighten it and cause premature failure or bolts to break. If you under torque it because you didn't torque it to the correct spec, wheel could fall off. Your 2 big mounting bolts here for your brake caliper adapter, they get torqued to 260 foot-pounds as well. Your 2 mounting pin slide pin bolts, little bitty guys, they get torqued to 55 pounds. make sure your wheel don't turn, but not all the way to the vehicle on the ground. Lug nuts get torqued to 130 foot-pounds. There you go. That's how you do the front hub assembly on a Ram 2500. It's the same for a 3500 as far as torque specs wise and everything. The only difference is you may have additional torque specs for the hub extension if you have a dually, but otherwise it is pretty much the same even doing a dually. The only additional step on a dually is you got to remove the hub extension to accommodate for the dually wheels, but that's just a matter of 8 additional lug nuts. But anyways, I'll leave it in the description. I'll leave all the torque specs and whatnot of everything. You can also find them. I use alldatadiy.com, and that's where I get my service manuals and whatnot. You can do yearly, monthly subscription, whatever. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll answer best I can. Hope you enjoy the video. Like and share the content, and feel free to hit that subscribe button. Y'all have a nice day.